In today's video, I need to tell you why you, as a young adult man, need to start a journal in the Big 26. It's going to change your life in so many ways, very drastically. You'll get more accomplished, you'll take yourself more seriously, and you'll enjoy your day-to-day more than you did before. So stick around and find out why. A little bit over 8 months ago, I went to my local Target Supercenter. I walked inside and I picked me up this here journal. From the outside, it's really nothing special. It's a black hardcover, an elastic that keeps it shut, and a lanyard that helps you mark what page you're on. But even though it's nothing crazy on the outside, the contents that are on the inside have helped me change so much of my own life, my day-to-day, my everything, really, my mindset. I started this journal the day before Thanksgiving of last year, and at that time I was totally lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do in my life. I was totally okay with just smoking weed and ripping the geek bar all day and really accomplishing nothing in my day-to-day. When I first decided to start writing, I was extremely hypercritical of myself. I was very angry with my actions. I wanted to change my behaviors, but I wasn't quite expressing that the way I wanted to. Not only that, but my handwriting was very rusty, and I wanted to make it a little bit more legible. Show you real quick. Alright, so here you can see was one of my first pages where I decided to really start taking my life a little bit more seriously. It says, "Don't lose the plot." I said, when I wake up, the goal is to win each day. Wins come in all shapes and sizes, from brushing my teeth and making my bed to cranking 100 push-ups before bed. I was trying to get into more of a rhythm, get into more of a routine. I remember it was very important to me to come home from work and get into a made bed rather than a dirty one, not have a pile of laundry all over the floor. Overall, I just wasn't winning my days. I was just kind of existing in them. I wasn't getting much accomplished. I was just going through the motions, if that makes any sense. So in this, I wanted to kind of articulate a little bit more of what I wanted to do in my life. So I had kind of more of a clear-cut idea of where I needed to go and how I needed to accomplish those goals. I'll tell you some of my goals that I had set for myself around December the 18th. I said, draw more, connect with my subconscious, and dream, because I wasn't dreaming. I wanted to start making music, learn a new instrument. I wanted to get a computer. That's how you're viewing this. Fix my car, heat and the engine. The AC wasn't working then, and it works now. I wanted to become financially stable. I wanted to get a haircut. You can see I did that too. I wanted to move out. I'm back in the Black Hills, so I did move out. All right, hold on. Some of these are a little bit personal. I wanted to invest some of my money, and I wanted to pick back up playing my trumpet. Holy crap. I wanted to get a raise at my job, make new friends. One that I couldn't control was hit 6 feet tall, which I unfortunately still haven't done. I wanted to improve my conversational skills, which I believe I have done as well. I wanted to go to college, graduate, and I wanted to heal my internal self. I said, don't lose the plot. Don't forget to tap into all sides of yourself, Zane. Embrace your wants, chase your dreams, fail over and over and over again. I said, let's take the time to be enamored and excited with your goals. It'll keep you motivated to reach heights you never knew existed. I was really in that self-help, self-motivation grind, if you can tell. And it's nice to go back and read through this because I have accomplished a lot of what I set out to do. And I really didn't even remember writing this. I was probably, high while doing so, which I'm not anymore. Anyways, let's get back to the plot. So in doing this, I wanted to connect with my subconscious. I wanted to connect with the world around me a little bit better. I wanted to be more present in my conversations and my meeting of new people. And I wanted to be more apparent and more tapped in with how I think and why I think the way I think. I've always been a very cognizant person, somebody who very deeply prioritizes knowing how I feel and why I feel the way I feel. And this greatly helped me. I was never the artistic type either, but I really wanted to push myself to do a little bit more drawing. So I'll show you a couple of my drawings that I did in my journal. So this first one is the cover page. As soon as you open it up, you see this. It says, escape comparison, embrace differentiation, and be yourself. Here's some more drawings I did. So you go from here to the next page. I used to have sticky notes at the front desk of my job in the Mall of America, and so I would sketch on them. Cute little stuff, you know. I wrote my manifesto here for my main idea in the journal, and I'll read it to you real quick. It says, life's hard, man. It'll throw anything at you. Most of the time, you're going to be the only one to pick yourself up. So quit crying about it and go do something. Don't waste time on stuff you don't care about, and embrace your own uniqueness. This mindset's gotten me here, so I'm going to roll with it. And I rolled with that mindset, and now I'm here. I'm happier where I'm at, and I'm appreciative of what I do nowadays. I'll show you some more drawings. A couple more sticky notes I did at work. Cool stuff, cool stuff. Here's a couple more. And I taped these in so you could, so I could look back on them, and they'd be kind of benchmarks for different areas of my journal. Here's the drawing that you always see at the end of my videos. I did this one not too long ago either. So yeah, in this journal, I've been able to connect with my subconscious. I've been able to connect with my artistic, more creative side and express myself in a way that I never knew I could quite express myself. And every day that makes me it makes me grateful, it makes me happy, and it makes me appreciative of what this has done for me. Sometimes I read through the pages in the middle and the beginning of this journal where I was so critical of myself. I would get so angry at myself for doing things that I didn't want to do, and it was so counterproductive, and I didn't even realize it. But the only way I was able to realize it was to go back and read through how I talk to myself, you know, because so much of how you treat other people, so much of how you interact with other people is all about how you interact with yourself and how you treat yourself. You know, like I said earlier, when I would get up in the morning and I would roll out of bed and run out to whatever I had to do, if I came home and slept in an unmade bed, that would reflect in the way I talked to people and the way I interacted with people. And it's something as little as that can drastically impact me. I'll read you a little bit of this last page that I wrote because it was super important to me to express the different changes that were made in my life, to kind of articulate them. I said, the last hurrah from the one buzzard's roost lookout. By every stretch of my imagination, this here journal has been so good for me. When I started, I was lost in a world I wasn't sure how I wanted to grasp. Now, even though I'm just finding my way, I have a much deeper understanding of both myself and this world that I'm finally ready to grow up in. In my writing, I've been able to realize just how important some form of steadying presence is in my life, and how my life is affected when there is a lack of one. I've reached a point where through good days and bad, I'm appreciative of the opportunity to wake up and seize the day. At first, it was crucial to get up and write before I started my day. That steady presence was needed, as I said. But now my willpower is so much stronger, and missing days only partly knocks me off my grind. It seemed so daunting when I wrote the first page in here, but consistency and routine is what got me here, and that's why I refuse to skip even one line. Every single word in this journal holds weight, and the knowledge I gained will ride with me throughout the rest of my life. I am no longer a boy who is consumed by degenerate ways. I'm a man who changes his fate. I'm so proud of what I have accomplished in my writing, and I'm so ambitious to start and finish the next journal. This one has changed my life in so many ways, and now it's time to apply what I've learned. I am forever grateful. Now seize the goddamn day. If you can't tell, one of my mantras that I came up with in writing was to seize every single day, was to wake up and grab the day by the balls, right? I said that in my first video. Grab it, seize it, and do what you have to do, right? If you wake up and you're sore, who cares? Get in the gym and lift weights. If you wake up and you get on your phone right away, put it down, get outside, and jump in the damn creek. You know, it's the little wins, right? It's winning the day, and learning something new every day, not interacting with people as though you are better and superior to them, but treating them as equals because they're humans and they came here the same damn way we did, the same way I did. You were birthed the same way I was birthed, right? I mean, C-section and natural birth are two different things, but point still stands, all right? I wanted to script this video out. I wanted it to be super articulated and super clear-cut and concise, but what's important and what I've learned in writing is that not everything is going to go the way you want it to. Not everything is going to play out exactly how you think it should in your head. And it's not about how you plot things out. It's not about if you can plan every little thing out in your life, but it's about how you can see and understand the adversity that you're facing and change and reroute your course to still give yourself the best chance at winning each day, right? When I was living in Minneapolis, like I said, I had no real plan. I had no real goals. I had no outline of what I wanted to do. And I was able to change that through expressing what my subconscious wants. You know, your conscious mind is your speaking mind. It's how I'm connecting with you. But your subconscious is how you write and how you connect to yourself. And I think it's crucial for every young man in the Big 26 to be able to connect with their subconscious, because how will you ever change your ways if the only thing propelling you to do that is you just telling yourself to do it? You have to embody that in your subconscious. You have to change, you have to rewire your whole brain, you know? Otherwise, you're just going to keep falling into the same habits, falling into the same hardships, letting the same problems own you, you know? I had so much unresolved trauma and unresolved hurt from my childhood that would have never been forgotten, forgived, or anything along those lines if I wasn't able to just write it out. Because nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to know what happened to me. But if I can express that through paper and pen, then it'll take a little bit of that burden off my shoulders. And that's all I really want to get at today. If you take one thing from this video, it's that you should start writing and you should start it today, because it's never going to get done if you keep putting it off till the next day. You know, I had such a habit of making my issues tomorrow's issue. And then when tomorrow comes, tomorrow's issue is tomorrow's issue. And I just procrastinated them and put them off and let them own me. And I can't do that anymore. I have to be able to seize my day. I have to be able to set out a goal and accomplish that goal and feel in my heart of hearts that I have done everything I could to do that. Of all my videos on this channel, this is the most unscripted one. This is the most on a whim. So I'm going to edit it up and hope that I can really kind of portray my points a little bit better with some of this dead space cut out. And so I would really appreciate if you let me know in the comments if I was able to articulate my points at all. Let me know if you want to start a journal, and if you do start a journal, because it's so freaking important. You know, I already have this next journal that I'm getting ready to start right here. And so you're going to be seeing cheat sheets in a new format from now on. Be ambitious, connect with your subconscious, reach for the stars, dream every night, and seize every day, man. That's all I have for you guys today. I appreciate everybody who stuck around and made it to the end of the video. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.